Welcome everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I am Easel. Yes, it's been a minute. Welcome back to my channel. Like I said, I'm Easel, and today we are doing something different. We are doing a reaction video. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but you know, technological difficulties. But today, I think I got it right, so hopefully this video will come out the way I want it to. So basically what reaction video is that I'm going to react to a video. Self-explanatory. But today is for my LGBTQ plus people, especially the lesbians, because today we are reacting to Miss Amber's Closet. Yes, today we're reacting to Amber's Closet, answering your lesbian questions. Okay, so let's get into this video because we are about to react. Let us react to this video. Okay, here we go.
Sex. What's up, beautiful humans? It's your girl Amber, and today I'm about to answer all the questions that you gave me about what is lesbian sex. I asked everybody on my Insta story, and they gave me so many questions. And literally, I'm looking at this list like, whoo, some of these really blew my mind, y'all. Like, you know, Google is a thing, right? And you know there's plenty of lesbians on the internet answering these questions, right? So let me just say that. Before I start this video, I just want to remind y'all about some educational sexual videos that I have, like how to give good head part 1, how to give good head part 2, and strap etiquette.
Thank you very much, guys. Miss Amber is right. Please go. I would like to react to those videos. I will do that. If you like this video reaction, I will do that. But yes, how to give head, but yeah, let's go.
Amongst other sexual videos, but I just want to put that out there that if I don't answer your question specifically, go look at those resources. Let's get into it. The first question that I feel like I need to answer, what is considered lesbian sex? For me, it's anything where two women are doing something that they can orgasm from.
Amen. Did you hear that? Lesbian sex is considered anything that you do, two women doing together that can get them to orgasm. Simple, straightforward, let's go.
Period. The next question that I got a lot that people ask all the time, because it's like a lesbian stereotypical question, is do y'all really scissor? Is that a real thing? Yes, scissoring is a real thing, and there's so many different variations of it. Now, me personally, yes, I scissor, not the way that you think of, like the traditional.
Thank you. If you don't know what scissoring, you're too young for it, or you don't need to know about it. But yeah, scissoring is a thing in the lesbian community. However, it's not for everybody. Okay, it's not everybody. There's a lot of administration involved with scissoring. So personally, it all depends. There's different styles.
Like, people just think of bah, 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 bah. I mean, people do that. That's good for them. But me personally, imagine their legs like open and like I'm in between, and I kind of raise up to where both of our clits are hitting each other, you know what I'm saying? And for me, that's kind of like foreplay. We're getting in the mood to maybe a transitional move, meaning if you're doing something and before you do the next thing, this might be a cool thing. Let's say I'm laying down and this area is my clit, right? The other person the opposite way on top. Both the areas are really hitting each other. I feel like that's a really good.
Before I go ahead, I need people to understand that scissoring also, you need to, there's a body type for scissoring. Not everyone can scissor, because obviously the whole purpose of scissoring is trying to get your dinglings to meet and rub up on each other. So scissoring it's not for all couples. So don't feel too bad if you can't. But the closest you can to doing it, try like the humping, you know, side by side or on top, you know, it works. Whatever works for you, okay? Otherwise, personally speaking, on my experiences, scissoring is usually for the smaller girls. As big girls, you either need to have an extremely flexible girl with you, but yeah, two big girls, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Position where you guys can both feel something, and then if you want to, you can slide like a thin little vibrator in there, and it also kind of spices up the action, and then you can also finger from that position. Ooh, I'm telling y'all a lot right now. I'm sweating already. Okay, so the next question was, how do I eat punani properly? If it's my first time, how do I prepare? I'm scared to eat punani. Now listen, refer to those videos that I told you about. Understand that everybody kind of goes through this point. And if you're open and honest and talking to your partner and just letting them know, like, I'm trying to figure you out, so let me know if there's anything that you like or dislike. When I dove in on the first time, I was shy, but I was so happy that it was happening that I just dove into it. And I started just doing things that I imagined that I think that I would like. And then I just started reading her body language and her moans and was like, oh yeah, I think this is working. Let me keep this up.
Right. Okay, if you're not a true lesbian, skip forward 10 seconds because the next 10 seconds is for my lesbians. Lesbians, please let us learn how to eat the punani properly. Like the first time, like you're just not listen, you can't say you're a lesbian if you don't eat punani. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, diving into it is the best. I think that was my mentality as well. Just dive into it, like, oh my god, this is happening. So whatever insecurities you have or fears, just put them aside and dive into it and find your rhythm. Body language, listen, you're right, body language.
Yo, one of the weirdest questions that I got asked over and over was, how long does lesbian sex last? I guess what's crazy to me is that people don't see each other as humans. They just see like, oh, within your
10 hours,
you do this, so it lasts this long. And then because you're straight, it lasts this long. It literally is, every human is different. I can literally have sex with a human and she comes in 4 minutes, and the next person, she likes a multi-gasm for an hour. What feels good to you and your partner? One thing that I feel like I need to talk about, because I got this question a lot, and honestly, it's kind of ignorant and kind of pissed me off. I'm gonna be real. As a lesbian, it doesn't make sense that you don't like men, but you still use straps or dildos. To me, this is such an ignorant statement. It's like you don't understand women and women parts.
Amen. Amen. People don't understand that it is like saying a gay guy does not like wet warm holes. They do. That's why they put it in the butt. That's why they use lube. So the concept of dildos in lesbian relationships is the same. Some people, the vagina, yes, was designed to accept things getting into it, and some people like that feeling, some people love the feeling. So each one is different, and that's why we use what we use for the things that people like.
Because certain women are not comfortable with men doesn't mean their body parts don't work. It doesn't mean they don't get pleasure from different ways.
Yes.
Like, men and their penis don't drive pleasure, y'all. So just because a woman likes penetration doesn't mean she's supposed to be straight. I just have to get that out of the way. And since we're on the strap subject, I have to bring up that so many people ask me strap questions. One of the number one things that people ask me is, can you feel pleasure from strapping?
Yes. Yes, you can. You can feel pleasure from strapping. I hope if she doesn't explain it, I'll come back and explain to you.
Absolutely. There are different holsters that you can have that kind of sits on top of your clit, so someone giving it could feel good from that pressure. Or there's straps that vibrate that also feel great. Pretty much the answer is yes. They also ask me if straps or dildos or toys are always or a necessary thing, and no, it's not. It's not always my go-to. I feel like there's so many other things that I...
See, that's the nice thing about being a lesbian. The field is open. There's so many things you could do with your partner. Like, toys are just the fun part, the additional stuff that you could do just to add some spice so that your sex life is not monotonous. But other than that, there's so many things. I I think maybe it's because we grew up in heteronormacy that we find sex very vanilla, but not in my true lesbians know. Proper lesbian sex is not vanilla. It will never be vanilla, and if it is, you gotta get yourself some strawberry. Get yourself some strawberry.
I do before I get to that point. That's kind of like a build-up. That's not something I jump into. And that's something I would love to give y'all as a tip. Have a conversation first. Like, don't just introduce it and assume that every woman likes penetration, because that's not always true. And don't always assume that only femmes like penetration, because that's not always true. Someone asked me, well, can a stud be a bottom?
Yes. This notion of just because I'm masculine presenting doesn't mean I don't like penetration. If I'm comfortable with it, yes, there are studs, a lot of studs that don't feel like they like it or whatever, but don't assume. That's for my femmes. Do not assume the stud that you're with does not like penetration. Give it a try. Maybe she's just looking for the right person to do it the right way. And you could be that person. And trust me, that thing is fire.
We are women. Yo, I have one of my most masculine friends that loves to talk about having her femme wife strap her. Everyone is different. So take those stereotypes out of your mind and literally blow them up and throw them away. I personally don't like penetration, but I understand the workings of a woman and how the majority of women do.
I'm like Amber. I do not like penetration like that deep. So yeah, but we understand the inner workings and what it's supposed to feel like.
Now, the next question was asking me about G-spots, right? That's also in my How to Give Good Head Part 2 video, where I talk about the different parts of a woman, their different G-spots. So I definitely think they
learn
should
your
check it out.
G-spots.
If my girl is a touch me not, how do I please her? This is a question I get all the time, and
personally speaking, I feel like touch me nots should be shot. That's my personal opinion, but yeah, unpopular. I don't understand touch me nots unless of course you had a traumatic thing happen to you that makes being touched repulsive. I feel like you have no excuse. You need to go to therapy and let that shit go, because you're ruining people out here and sex in general.
And I completely understand, because there's some people that are just not comfortable with being touched. It's maybe something that they've gone through, they're just not comfortable with themselves, or they have some insecurity, or they just want to get comfortable with you for a while before they open up. There's other ways that they can be pleased, whether it's just like some action, over the boxers, or a vibrator, or the strapping and the feeling of strapping. So talk to your partner or give them time to kind of open up and want to explore that side. How do you deal with fingering causing infection? Anything that you do down there can cause an infection.
Yes. Lesbian 101, cut them fingernails. Keep them fingernails and fingers clean. Okay, we didn't need corona to know this. Wash your hands, please. Stop causing infections.
Someone can give you oral and some things in their mouth, and that can cause an infection. You can use a toy and it can be clean and it still can cause an infection. Do the best you can in making sure that your hands are clean, your fingernails are clean, your fingernails are short. That you're using the proper cleaning solution for any toys that you use, but also that you're storing it properly too, to not build up bacteria. Our pH balances are pretty sensitive and can be thrown off. So it's not just fingering, y'all. So make sure that you're being as safe as possible.
Thank you. Please. And if you're a baby stud and you have a strap, use condoms on that strap. It will prevent your strap from getting infected. That thing also does carry infections just like a normal penis. Especially if you're not going to wash it properly or store it properly, you need to use all the protection that you have so that your partner is safe and so that it doesn't throw off your pH balance. So use condoms and use water-based lube and water-based vagina wash.
There are always a top and bottom. There have been some times where I've been in relationships where that was clear, but then I've been in some situationships or relationships where that is unclear. Like one night I might be a top, and the next night my girl is aggressive and got us in there, and she's the aggressor for the night, so she's considered a top, right? But like I said before, throw those stereotypes out the window, because every human is different and our sexual experiences are very different. My girl comes quickly and then she's done. She all the way puts her clothes on, but I want to come too. How can I talk to her about it?
First and foremost, that is a very selfish person. Um, I've never had that. Oh no, I have. I had, you know, when somebody comes very quick and then next thing they just want to turn around and sleep, and you're like, and then most frustrating.
What happens if I come across a girl that doesn't give head? Alright, so let me
Move off. Move. Come across a girl does not give head. Trash. I don't care who you are. We are not here in this game so that I'll be giving head and I'm not getting mine. I want my head. No. I want my head too. What? No head.
answer both of those because that's not okay. It's just not okay.
Not okay.
Like, you have to talk to your lover and say, hey, I feel like I'm pleasing you and I'm not being pleased. So if you have it in you to bring up those conversations, because you also need to get to the point where you realize that your sexual pleasure is important, and when you do that, it kind of helps you get the confidence to bring up that conversation. Either you gotta talk to her about it or just be like, hey boo, last night it would have been great if I was pleased too.
Why are you not eating? Why are you not giving me head? Why are you not? No. Why are we coming up? No, babe, don't you? I want some head.
I'm kind of feeling a little sexually frustrated. I would love to make sure that we're done with our sexual experience, and I'm also pleased too. Or the other thing is, you gotta strategize correctly, right? So make sure you get yours before she gets hers. Obviously, when that happens, she's done. Now, how to deal with a girl that doesn't give head? Like I said, don't be a selfish lover.
Don't.
If you want head, you gotta give it. If you want to be pleased, you gotta please your partner, and that's how I feel. Period. But I think it's really.
This is where the great Christian saying comes in: "Do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you." If you want head, give head. If you want give, like I feel like most of the time, especially if you're meeting somebody sexually for the first time, you usually perform in the manner whereby you know that other people have liked what you've done, but it's something that you also like being done onto you. You know, you project that, and people don't listen to people's bodies. And then, no, you know what? Don't be selfish out there, people. Stop it. Stop being selfish. It's the cats.
Really having that conversation and trying to understand why that person doesn't prefer that. And if there's another alternative that you like, that they might like to make you feel pleased. But if you're not being satisfied, you gotta just move on from that person, because that's crazy. How to tell my wife that I want kinkier sex. This is your wife.
Let's get kinky. Babe, I wanna lick your toes. Babe. Babe. That's my signal. Let's get kinky.
Have that conversation. And I'm acting like this is easy, but it's not. I am a very shy person sometimes, and it's hard for me to bring those subjects up. Because of that, I find a way to give an icebreaker that leads us into that conversation. Like, I'll bring up a situation or like a scene from a movie or whatever, and it'll get us talking about something, and I'll be like, actually, no, I like that. That's something I'd be interested in. Have that conversation, right? Because at the end of the day, your wife or your partner should be like, yo, well, I want to try it then if it's something you're interested in. And one of the other ways that I feel like this subject got brought up easily is when we start talking about the subject of what kind of porn we like to watch. I don't know why, but this brings it out of you. You can actually go to watching it with that person, and maybe that.
I have a problem with that, sharing your porn history with your significant other, because people watch porn for different reasons, not in regards to fetishes or what they like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's you can show them through porn, but I feel porn is very, very kind of personal. It's like church, you know what I mean? Like confessions. You do it for yourself. But I get what she's saying.
They have questions for you. I remember when I needed to tell someone that like, hey, I actually like having head this way. Like this will make me really get there. I was super shy and it took me a really long time, but then I had to convince myself and be like, yo, this matters to me. And I had to just do it. Squirting. Is squirting possible? Absolutely. And
Squirting is very possible.
it's a beautiful experience. Listen, especially when they squirt because you took them to that next level. Is lesbian bed deck a real thing? I haven't heard this in a very long time, so I had to go actually look this up again. But for those that don't know, for lesbians that are in a couple that stop having sex, there's stats that say that lesbian couples have the least amount of sex versus all kinds of other couples.
I've heard of this. I have been in long-term relationships, and it's all about communication. You need to communicate and find time for the activities, because it's very easy to get into that sister mode. Now you just chill, just get too comfortable, yeah, it sucks.
And that over time, we stop having sex more and more versus all the other couples. But that's not all women. For me, I feel like over time that I get more and more comfortable with a person, I open up more and I become more sexual and explore more. And so I guess this is my way of keeping the relationship alive and fun over the years. Try to be adventurous. Try to bring in something that spices up your sex life. I think being interested and being intrigued by your partner will help your relationship last for a long time. Why do some lesbians rush and not know how to please? How do I help my girlfriend get an orgasm?
This is usually the bi-curious is asking this. Yes, I've realized that women that tend to straight to bi-curious, who deal with men specifically, are very rushed lovers when they become with them. Our sex time is not a rush thing, guys, ladies and gentlemen. It is not. We take our time. It can last a long. It's an event. You know what I mean? It is an event. Yes, you can have your little quickies, but it's a proper quickie. But most people, like straight to bi-curious women, are very rushed in the sack because they're used to guys, and I don't know whether it's because guys come fast. I don't know, but they're always in a rush to end things, and I'm like, why? This thing is fun. Let's keep it going.
Like I said, there's some people that think that they know what they're doing, but they're honestly not really that experienced, but they want you to feel like they're that experienced, and so they might rush.
All talk and no bite. Always talking. Those people talk a lot about sex and chats. These are the people.
Through the process or something, but really just slow them down. Remember, our body is our temple, so if you're not feeling good about what's happening, speak up and say something. So if they're rushing, just be like, nah, boo, I don't like that. That's not good. Because some youngins or unexperienced people will look at lesbian porn and think that's how to do it. But lesbian porn is not made for lesbians.
Who is looking at lesbian porn and thinking it's for lesbians? That's sad. That is sad. Please. Lesbian porn was not meant for, is not a true depiction of lesbian sex, and it has never been. It is made for men, specifically for men, and their fantasy of what two women are supposed to do when they're together. It is not the truth. Woo!
It's for straight men and women. All this shit is not made for us. But listen, just talk to that person and get them to know that that's not how they please you, and hopefully they will learn. Now, with your girlfriend that hasn't gotten an orgasm yet, I really think that it's just about taking time. I find that a lot of people are really scared of people going down on them or don't have orgasms because they're stuck in their head. They're not able to kind of let go. And it's almost like a control thing because they're kind of scared of what could happen. Get them to be comfortable and let go. And so within that, it might be some oral, it might be some penetration.
Set the mood.
A combo of both. You can never go wrong with a combo of both. Okay, you guys, that's all the questions that I can answer this time. But if there's other questions, put them in the comments below and I'll do another video in the future.
Alright, that was a great one. I hope. Wow. Yeah, no. Ember got it right. Ember got it right. That was. I'm just saying. To the baby gays, the baby stands out there. Take your time. Do not try and depict what's on the porn hubs of this world. Explore. To my studs, especially baby studs, it's okay to get touched. You are allowed to feel pleasure. Your role in the sexual relationship is not for you to give pleasure all the time. You are also allowed to have your thing and also get yours. So don't let these girls fool you and tell you they don't give head up in here. That is a lie. That is a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. They need to give you what you deserve. Anyway, I hope you guys like this reaction video. If you do want more reaction videos or have reaction videos that you'd like me to react to, please comment below. I think I'm gonna do another one now. So yeah, tune in the next one. Thank you for watching. This is Easel, and yeah, stay blessed.